All right, what's going on, everybody? We're gonna watch some film on probably, I would say, top 10 talent in the 2025 draft class with Deone Walker from Kentucky. I believe the kid's like 6'5", 6'6", 340. D line. Kentucky uses him a little bit all over the place. Think who is that out there? Brad White's a DC. Sometimes they line him up at edge. They put him over the center, put him at the 3 tech, 4 eye when they go into their mint tight front sometimes. They line him up everywhere. But this kid is a very intriguing prospect. And what I mean by that is you don't find 6'6", 340s just walking around. I'm going to show you some plays from this guy. Very athletic, right? He moves like he's 280, 290 in the same perspective. I think the last person that we saw that was a great athlete playing that interior D-line position that was his size, I think was probably Jordan Davis from Georgia. But I think this kid has more pass rushing upside than what Jordan Davis did, or even what Jordan Davis does now in comparison to what he's doing now. So let's run a couple of these clips right quick. This is from the Ole Miss game. It's just going to be a couple of his highlights. I'm not going to watch the whole game because we're going to go a little bit more in depth with his whole game versus Georgia. Ole Miss might not have the same, what do you say? They may not have the same prospects up front that Georgia does, at least from an O-line with like Tate Rutledge and a couple other people. But SEC competitive play is always going to be SEC competitive play. Unless you're playing Mississippi State, which probably doesn't have any pro prospects right now on the roster. But let's run a little bit of this right quick. All right, so we're going to catch him coming off the ball. You see right here already, right? He's right here. I don't have my circular to be able to really point out where he is, but he's right here. He's pretty much in a 3 tech, maybe a 4 eye shade, but you can see what he's about to do, right? Come off the ball. Soon as he comes off the ball, he wins the hands battle. One thing that I've seen a lot with this kid is he's going to win the hands battle. You see right there? Let me tell y'all guards out there something, and you O linemen. If a D lineman gets you in this position right here, you lost. You won't be able to reset. If he rips through right here, you won't be able to reset. Gets through. Boom. You lost. So now your tackle has to come basically help, but he's not really helping because they're running the ET stunt. That basically the edge rusher is going to go inside and the tackle is going to go outside. So you see him, he gets in there, creates the pressure to make Jackson Dart step up. Stunt works, right? You'll see a little bit more of it here. You see him out there, they flexing, they celebrating, they doing their thing. But right here, he's going to get off the ball. As soon as he gets upfield, boom. Guard tried to win first punch. You lose. He's in a compromised position. No power there. Foot down, foot off the ground. If he really wanted to right here, which it wouldn't make sense, but if he really wanted to, flex his power, he could have hump moved him, but why? He's already won basically with the forklift and winning hands. Boom. Beat him. Don't even got to rip through. Now, if he rips through, gets a little bit tighter, he probably could make the play. But it's an ET. So he does his job, taking on a tackle, beats the tackle, the center's coming to help, gets past the center. So he whooped everybody on this side of the line right here. Couldn't nobody block him. Makes Jackson Dart step up in the pocket. Number 8 comes in with the cleanup. Can't beat it. All right. So I believe this is him right here. He's basically kind of in a 2 shade, maybe a 1 tech from what it looks like. Gonna get off the ball. You see he's one hands again. gets caught up in the mix a little bit. But one thing that I know Kentucky does a good job of it. Some of these D lines are doing a lot better job when you're playing versus quarterbacks that either like to step up in the pocket a lot like Jackson Dart does, or they like to create space, create to buy more time to get their receivers open downfield. You see it sometimes. But he's patient. He sees what's going on. He's already beat him. He stacked them on top of that. So now he's gotten to the heels. This old lineman don't know what to do. He go block somebody else. Now it's one-on-one, right? I'm going to get you on the ground. This guy back here getting violated, but right here, going to get him on the ground. Boom. Sack. Big sack. Going to win that every time. He do his little thing right there. He do the B2A celebration. I love it. So you can just see it right here. Comes off the ball. Wins hands. He already won the hands right there. Now, he probably could get his hands a little bit more inside, but the problem, well, not necessarily problem, well, a lot of people don't know, you want to rush half the man. So he's rushing the 5, not the 6. We going through 5 because O-linemen are huge guys too. It's a lot better to rush half a man and make him try to block all of you than it is anything else. He's won the shoulder. He's trying to get the pull through. He can't necessarily get the pull through. So, gets an arm over going, makes basically a double team. Boom. Make the play. Now, some people say there's luck, but he made the play. Staying active. I don't know what that is right there. We're not going to talk about that one. But you watch him here, come off the ball, win, disengage, get there. Now, one thing I will say, and you're going to see it a lot on the Georgia film, because don't get me wrong, outside of Laramie Tunsil, I don't know who else really came out of Ole Miss that's really, But he's right here, there in the mint. They know what they're doing out the mint front. Basically, if y'all don't know what the mint fronts are now, a lot of people are running. Or the tights, depending on, the scheme of who it is. You got a 4-eye, and a heads up. Sometimes they'll shade the heads up, or sometimes they'll go they'll put them in this just straight up heads up situation, right? So with the evolution of these offenses, it's empty set. So you want to get more guys on the perimeter. So what defenses are doing, we're going more 3 up front. We're going to put them in where the run bubbles would be, right? We're going to one gap, put you in the run bubbles. So now they wouldn't be able just to create open lanes and run like you usually would. So most of the time he's going to go here. He has alley. He's going to go here. Either him or it's a nickel or somebody out here or another some hang player going to go alley. And then who's that? Dumas Johnson. He's going to read off of whichever way that Walker goes or anything of that nature. So you see him right here. They come off the ball. You can see he doesn't play with the best leverage, but he's going to get hands right there. The number one thing that you always hear, you want to get push and penetration, which he does right here. Changes the line of scrimmage. Now we're playing in plus territory instead of negative territory. So we're pushing the line of scrimmage. We're making him do something else with the ball. Obviously, it's a draw. But his lanes are colluded because of this right here. Right? Gets off, boom. Makes the play. Right here. Gets off the ball first. Gets engaged first. Wins hands first. The kid's going to win hands 9 times out of 10 times. He's going to get them hands inside. He's going to control it. Now, look at the line of scrimmage and look where the O-lineman still is. The O-lineman still at the line of scrimmage, holds his ground, doesn't get pushed, makes the play. Obviously, you want to see the play made a little bit further back, but you can't argue with that regardless of how you want to deal with it. Right here, you see him. They're back in the 30. He's heads up, comes off the ball, beats the center. The center really wasn't trying to block him. Looks like it's going to be some sort of, draw or screen. He reads it, and he's still getting there. Look where the line of scrimmage was, right? Look at the line of scrimmage. Look at the line of scrimmage. Look where he is by the time Jackson Dart commits the run. He's already past the line of scrimmage. He's getting upfield, right? And he gonna make a play. He gonna make a play. Now, when we just watch that short Ole Miss, like I said, this is gonna be a quick look at it. I want to watch the Vandy film, Georgia film. Want to look at the probably Tennessee from this weekend, Texas film too. But when we see the film on him just so far, like he jumps off the screen a lot of times. Not only just because of him being 6'6", 348 actually. I just looked at his roster metrics, but he can win with the hands. You know, we do want to see some more speed to power with him, but when you get to the deeper film, like I watched the Georgia film, I just got to sit down and really break it down. But he plays with a high pad level and some bad leverage at times, but nothing that can't be cleaned up. When I say he's top 10 talent, like when you don't find these guys walking around. You know, I know some of these other D tackles a little more refined in their game, a little bit smaller, but 6'6", 348 moving like this with these traits and qualities don't grow on trees. These are the type of guys you see a lot of times. Kirby Smart gets them, just teaches them football, and they turn into guys like Jordan Davis. This guy's special. We're going to break down some more film on him later on when we get the chance. Gonna holler at y'all.